friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to do another review of Love After Lockup. What did y'all think about last night's episode? It was okay. It was alright. Let's talk about Heather and Dylan, child. Now, as we know, Heather had a full-blown I'm crazy meltdown because Dylan was having a good old time with her aunties. And the aunties wasn't even upset about having a good old time with Dylan. Dylan good on their minds, child. Especially when it comes to an 80-year-old woman on oxygen. See, Heather's auntie is letting Dylan and Heather stay at her house. Because, see, Heather's house got flooded. Now, Heather done went off because she feels like that, hey, her man been gone for 5 years. He fresh out of prison and I'm trying to make noise. I want my back cracked, okay, in her auntie's house. Ew. Girl, your house is flooded. It ain't burnt down. Can you not go in there? I guess she can't go in her house, y'all. She can't go in there just to do a little bump. Okay. Well, you know, there is hotels, motels, not Holiday Inn. But anyway, she would rather have a full-blown temper tantrum, fussing, yelling at her auntie, because she feels like that her auntie is taking the attention away from her and Dylan, so they can do a little bump. Child, it was a whole mess. So they in the car, okay? And she feels like that Dylan should step up. Why ain't he paying any attention to me? Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Like a 5-year-old. The boy been out of prison for 3 hours. Again, go to a hotel, girl, and shut that mouth. Dylan, if you don't put something in her mouth so she'll shut up, you better. So, of course, Dylan sitting on the passenger side, it was like, look, okay, she needs to calm down. She is actually jealous of me trying to get along with her aunties. She actually is jealous of me having a little conversation with her 90-year-old auntie on oxygen. What is going to happen when I go to the store, when I go to the gym, when I go to the post office, when I go here, there, everywhere? What is going to happen? She thinks that, you know, I'm not going to encounter any women, Dylan, honey. The way she acted toward her own auntie, you ain't going nowhere. You better not look at another woman, or man, or dog, or cat. Don't look at nothing. You keep your eyes on her, okay? That's what you do. So Dylan was like, listen, I haven't even given her any reason to cut a shine. I haven't even given her a reason to be jealous. Dylan, you only been out 3 hours. Dylan act like he been out 30 days. Again, Dylan, this is a red flag. She throwing a full-blown fit over nothing. Over nothing. He says Heather has trust issues. Is that what you call it, friends? Is that trust issues? You upset at your auntie's house? That's trust issues? No, we don't call that trust issues in these parts. In these neck of the woods, we call them not quite right. That's what we call it, because that is ridiculous. So they're arguing. She feels like that he needs to spend 24/7 with her. She wants all his attention. Fuss. And he was like, girl, if you don't hush. Dylan said, I'm feeling a little bit concerned. You should. You should. So then Auntie Diane, she calls. And she says, now look at here. Your parole officer here. And so, honey, when I tell you, they both straightened up. They said, tell her we on our way, child. Honey, Heather was like, I'm on the I-95, 65, 79. I'll be there in a minute. And honey, Heather said, see, I knew this would happen. So this prolongs the gonna break that back, Dylan. So Dylan is like, don't even start. Don't say anything. I got a cough drop in my mouth, y'all. So Dylan said, don't say a word. I don't want to hear it. Okay, we'll get there. Everything is going to be okay. Dylan said, listen, everything's going to be fine. Why are you stressing? I'm the one stressing. Okay, my parole officer is at your auntie's house. If I don't get my tail back in a reasonable amount of time, I may go back to prison on my first night out, and you up here cutting up. And so, honey, when I tell you Heather, she done gave him the finger. She has a clenched jaw. Honey, did y'all see her fingers around that steering wheel? Honey, if she could have lifted that steering wheel off and threw it out the window, she would have. Honey, she was going 95. Whoa, whoa, cars blowing horns, moving out the way. He was like, Lord have mercy. He was like, when you slow down, she sped up. Dylan said, girl, if you don't slow down, she went faster. Dylan said, you're about to kill us. She didn't care. Then all of a sudden we hear, bah, bah. Honey, you love at the lockup producers. Y'all go somewhere. Like we supposed to believe she done ran in the back of a tractor trailer. And y'all don't go somewhere with the dramatics. I said Heather and Dylan will bring us what we need. They doing a good job. They doing a fantastic job. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's talk about Quay and Chevelle. Quay's sick of Chevelle, y'all. Quay is sick of Chevelle and her clinginess. Quay is sick of Chevelle and her all up here, right here. She right here. She right here. That boy can't even get up, have him a cup of coffee, eat some oatmeal without her saying, you didn't say good morning to me. Honey, she had a fit. Quay said, if you don't hush, leave me alone now, Chevelle. So everything done smoothed out. So they at the zoo. We have the little family at the zoo. We have Shway. We have Chevelle, Quay, and Malaya. Or is it Malia, the little girl. So they looking at the monkeys, and they looking at the ostriches, and they looking at the animals. Everything started out good. And so Chevelle said, isn't this lovely? This is so lovely. The family is out. It's a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. Now, Chevelle says that Quay been a little standoffish. She worried about that. Why he standoffish? Why ain't he talking to me? Something ain't right. I'm feeling some type of way about it. So Quay said, well, let me just tell you how I've been standoffish, or why I've been standoffish. He said, now you know I need to go back to Texas. And so Chevelle said, excuse me. Quay said, I need to go back to Texas, okay? Quay said that he don't know what to do. He seems like that he's getting pulled this way, he's getting pulled that way. He's trying to please his mama, he's trying to please Chevelle, and he says that he wants to be with Chevelle. But he needs to go back to Texas to get the family situated, to get things sorted with the family. Boy, you've been in prison for 12 years. You just got out. Your family been doing just fine without you. There ain't no reason for you to go down there and get things sorted out. Boy, you just want to get away from Chevelle. Just tell her that. You getting on my nerves. So Chevelle, she says, no, this was not part of the plan. I mean, I knew you was going to Texas, but I didn't think you was going to go this soon. Absolutely not. And so then she says, is it a one-way or is it a round trip? Honey, Quay spent no time in thinking about it. He said, one-way ticket. For me, not you. For me, not you. One way. And so she said, one way. And he said, yes. She was like, you coming back? And he says, of course I'm coming back. He says that he coming back even though he getting a one-way ticket. He says that he needs to clear and sort things out. But he is going to come back to Chevelle. He said that he loves Chevelle. He loves that little girl. That's his family. But Chevelle breathing down his neck. Chevelle breathing down his neck. Chevelle said, it seems like to me you want to get away from us. And then she tried to be a little manipulative. Tried to play mind games, bringing up that little girl. Talking about what I'm supposed to tell her. What do you think she going to think about? She going to think you're going back to prison. You supposed to be there for her. Honey, Quay didn't care. Quay said, I said what I said. It is no debate. I'm going to Texas, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Chevelle, you remember when your good cousin told you don't be buying this boy no truck? Which he can't even drive because he ain't got no license. Remember when your good cousin told you that? He ain't showed you anything. So why you buying this boy a truck? You remember that, Chevelle? Hello? My thing is, why can't Quay just drive the truck? Oh, that's right. He ain't got no license. So he got him a one-way ticket. So Chevelle said, well, look here. It seems like to me you trying to step back from this relationship, so, maybe I'll step back. And so Quay was like, girl, what is wrong with you? Ain't nobody talking about that. We ain't gonna have this conversation here. She said, oh, you're right. You want to step back? And she said, then maybe I should have a step back. Now listen, I don't know how long they were out there at this zoo talking, but somebody, even Chevelle, honey, you ain't got no brush in your pocketbook. Honey, Chevelle got all disheveled. Honey, her wig done got tilted. It was sticking up right here, sticking up right there. Honey, she was all tore up, child. A mess. What y'all think about Quay and Chevelle? You think he coming back, y'all, on that one-way ticket? And here's my question. Who paid for the ticket? His mama. His mama was like, listen, I'll pay for your one-way ticket. It ain't gonna be no round trip. So you're gonna have to find your way back. A mess, y'all. Leave your comments down below. Let's talk about Lindsay and Scott. Lindsay whining about that ankle bracelet, child. She can't leave the house. She can only walk around the yard. It's having all kinds of complications, okay? Just a mess. And she's getting frustrated, okay? She says that it has to be charged every so often, every couple of hours. She can't sleep in it. She can't wash her tail. She can't sit in the tub. All this bunch of mess. Whine. The house look like it's coming along. Somebody got up and cleaned up a little bit. Okay. So she decided, she done had a hard day. But it was a good day because she got to see her daughter. So she needs to go and, take a bath. So, stiff upper lip, ran her some water, child. He done put some dish detergent in there and made a little bit of bubbles. You know it, child. So, she's sitting in the tub and, she can't get that ankle monitor wet. And so, here's Scott bringing her some wine. And so, she says, listen, okay, I haven't had, the bump with a man in 4 years. She didn't say nothing about no woman. She said, I haven't had sex with a man in 4 years. I'm even going to have to break down and have sex with stiff upper lip. Now, stiff upper lip, honey, he has been on the couch with one sheet and a throw. Okay. Just a mess. So he's standing there, they're having a little communication, and he was like, listen, I'm not trying to pressure you, okay? I was giving you your space. Because, see, I remember you had a full-blown tantrum because you didn't like his house. So you threw me on the couch. I didn't want no missed signals, I didn't want to go in and do a little kissy, huggy, and get slapped in the face. So Liz was like, listen, don't worry about that. Okay, I am horny. I am ready. Take your clothes off and get in this tub. And child, when I tell you, that's exactly what Stiff Upper Lip did. Stiff Upper Lip got in that tub. Did y'all see that water rise? I said, Lord, have mercy. Ooh, that murky water, child. So they in the tub, honey, about to get it on. And guess what happened? God said, not today. Honey, that ankle bracelet went off, and honey, it started draining all of its battery. So she had to get out, charge up the ankle bracelet. You know, the cameras left and all that. That's so good, because nobody didn't want to see that. But then we hear them moaning, you know, so they had a good old time. They finally had a little bump, bump, bump. So it's the next day or a couple of hours later, whatever it was, okay? Scott was in the bedroom, and she was in the kitchen, and she said, listen, we finally had the sets. Everything is everything. I mean, it's cool, you know. We trying to get along. So then Scott says that he came across a disturbing letter that Lindsay wrote. Basically, the letter says that Scott is, I'm about to use him. I'm about to manipulate him. I'm about to take everything he owns. I don't love him. I don't care nothing about him. He's worse. So, I don't know what the letter said, but that's basically what it said. It should have said at the top, Scott, you a fool. That's what it should have said. So, Scott, he says, oh, you doing all right, Lindsay? Lindsay said, I'm doing just good. I'm doing fine. And so Scott said, I found this letter. And so Lindsay said, so you mean to tell me he going through my stuff? He going through my stuff. And he come across this letter. And so Scott said, explanation. You know, I'm upset by this. I'm concerned. So Lindsay, honey, Lindsay says that, you know, in prison there was no Twitter or Instagram. So she had to depend on books. And so what she did is that she wrote down certain quotes or passages that was in said books. And that's what she's doing now. She says that this letter, verbatim, was from a book. It just seemed like it was Scott. It just seemed like it was written about Scott. Girl, who do you think you fooling? Born at night? Not last night. Now, I don't know, Lindsay, who you was writing this to. Who you writing it to? Okay? And why are you writing that specific thing from a book? It sounded a whole lot about you and Scott. That's what it sounded like to me. Am I wrong, y'all? What's the name of this book, Lindsay? What is the name of this book? And if you had the book, why didn't you just read the book? Why are you writing it down? Does that make sense? You remember it? Because I ain't seen no books laying around. Let me ask y'all something, friends. Did y'all see any books laying around? I didn't see no books laying around. But you remember this certain part of the book, and you wrote it down. It just happened to be sounding like kind of was, sort of, about you and Stiff Upper Lip. Oh, okay. All right, what's the name of this book, Lindsay? I'm going to need to know the name of this book. Can I get, let me just think about it, y'all. Let's see, what is some names of this so-called book? The Diaries of a Felon. Okay, that sounds about right. Lies, manipulation of a felon. That sounds about right. Fresh out of prison and still whining. That's about right. The Stiff Upper Lip Chronicles. That sounds better. So, of course, she gives Scott this explanation. Okay. That it had nothing to do with him. How dare him think that it had to do with him, even though it sounded a whole lot like them. What y'all think about Lindsay and Scott? I want y'all to put down below where this book is from, because apparently this is from a book. I'm going to need for y'all to put down below what this was from. What book was this from? I need answers. Can y'all do that for me? Okay, let's move on. Child, let's talk about John and Christiana. Y'all, I don't think John rapped too tight. John ain't wrapped too tight, y'all. As we know, Christiana on lockdown, okay? She got in trouble with John because they went out to lunch, and that was against the rules. So she got hemmed up and embarrassed. So John, he is off her visitor list. The only way he can communicate with her is through phone. He can't even see a child. Locked down. Now we know she's at this halfway house, and honey, this halfway house is not playing. Obviously, this halfway house is in a bad neighborhood because John said there's drugs all over the place, outside and inside of the halfway house. That's what he said, child. And he said that Christiana's having a hard time. He having a hard time. They haven't even done the boom, boom, boom. Okay? So here is Christiana. She's calling John, and she's just saying it's horrible in there. Okay. All right. She misses him. Of course, John said that Christiana is all she thinks about. So, Christiana done got the cries not flying. Now, we know Christiana's mom is disabled. She is ill. She's on oxygen, and child, honey, this woman look like she got some stories to tell, child. So, her mom is not feeling well, okay? Apparently, her kids is just tearing her nerves up. Christiana been in and out of prison, child. And she has a sister. She has a sister, and her sister got her own problems. See, her sister's in an abusive relationship, and she's on drugs. So, Christiana's solution is, let's have the sister who is on drugs and in an abusive relationship, and my mother come live with you. That's Christiana's solution. See, I can't be there. See, I'm locked up, okay? I can't be there. I'm locked down at this halfway house. So what I'm going to need for you to do is take care of my mama and my drug-addicted, in an abusive relationship sister. Bring them in. Take care of them. Because, see, my sister's not taking care of my mom. See, my mom needs special care, and my sister's not been doing what she's supposed to be doing. So I'm going to need for you to take care of that. Not even on a good day. Are you crazy? John says that, hey, he's the man of the house. Okay, he's Native American. And in all of his travels and Native American teaching, he's supposed to take care of the family and the elderly. Boy, if you don't go somewhere. Really? Now, let me just say this, friends. Let me just say this. It will be a cold day before I have any of her family members come stay with me. One, she haven't even been at the house. She haven't even been there. Two, they haven't even had sex. They haven't even had any type of quality time. Three, she's a recovering addict herself. Four, John don't know these people. Five, that sister coming with baggage. Six, the mom is not even capable of really taking care of herself. I mean, she can, but it's going to be a challenge. And you're going to leave that up to John, who look like he can't even wash his own body, wash his own hair. He's still wearing clothes from 1973. Can we not forget that John was the one that had that fly strip hanging over his stove? Y'all remember that first episode? All those flies. Okay. But hey, John said that he's man of the house and gotta do what we gotta do. Now, I'm all for it because it seems like to me that's where the drama's gonna be, child. Christiana done cried, stopped flying, so I'm assuming that he's going to do it. Later on, we see John. John's at his friend's mechanic. He's a mechanic, and he needs his truck to be looked at. Okay. So, he's with his son, and he's telling the friend and the son about all this. About the sister who is an addict, abusive relationship, the mama's ill, disabled, Christiana's on lockdown, just a whole bunch happening. And then he says that while she's in the halfway house, she has to pay $100 a week to live there. But Christiana got her nasty old job at the car wash. Hey. Oh, at the car wash, yeah. Come on now and sing it with me, car wash. What y'all know about that? Y'all remember that movie, honey? Richard Pryor, yes, yeah. Fantastic movie. Hilarious. Y'all need to watch Car Wash. Woo, it was so good. Anyway, so she got her little job, but of course, that's not enough to pay for her rent. Child, when I tell you, John is a genius. Y'all know what John thought was a good idea? He thought that it was a good idea to leave a stash of money here and there when she is en route to her job. John thought that was a good idea. $20, $30, $40, $50, whatever she needs. Because, she needs that money, to buy her some cigarettes, to buy her some meth, to buy her some crack. See, John thought it was a good idea for a recovering addict just to have some loose money just hanging around. She can pick up whenever. John is a whole fool. His friend, the mechanic, said, "Are you crazy? I'm an ex-addict. You don't be leaving no money like that around. Do you know how easy it is for her to take that 20 and go to whomever, wherever, and say, 'I'm here'? You don't do that. You just tempting her. You must want her to relapse, especially you said that she lives in a neighborhood full of drugs and she lives inside of a house that has drugs. But you leaving money around. Like this is a low budget Easter egg hunt. What's wrong with you, John? What's wrong with you?" So after he got schooled by his homeboy, this was John. "Well, I didn't really think about that. I wasn't thinking." Hold this at Christiana, honey. You married this numbskull. Child, what y'all think about John and Christiana, child? As we see in the preview, John said that Christiana relapsed. Ain't that what he said? He can't find her. Let's move on. Last and least, Sean and Destiny. As we know, Sean, he looking for Destiny. Okay. He back from work wherever he went. So he's all around the house. Destiny, Destiny, Destiny. Where's Destiny? Destiny in the hot tub. Chilling, ain't she? Not a worry in the world. She chilling, ain't she? She don't have not a bit of worries, honey. She's in a nice place. She's got full access to credit cards. Her belly full, refrigerator full. She ain't got no type of worries. She can punch that man in the face and he can come back and apologize. While they sitting in that hot tub, in that murky water, drinking wine. Sean is a whole fool. I can't stand that idiot. Now I'm about to let in and let out. Sean was actually in that hot tub, groveling like a little dog, apologizing to this hard-faced heifer. How is it, friends, that you in a body of water, but your skin's still peeling and dry? How is ridiculous. And then Destiny had the nerve to say, I don't like it. I don't like your relationship with her. You a liar. You a liar. You lied about how many kids you got. You lied about your age. All right, slow down, concrete face. You lied too. You did not tell Sean about all of your criminal past. So you need to pump your brakes, brick face. I can't stand Destiny, y'all. I cannot stand this heifer. So she is just going on and on. Not one time did she apologize for hitting him. Not once. But he's sitting there groveling and begging and apologizing because he has a relationship with the mother of his children, 6 children, who he didn't think was good enough to marry. But you out here groveling in her face? But your baby mama is not, the mother of your children is not good enough to marry. When she raising the 6 children. Boy, Sean, I'm telling you. So, they forgive each other, and, it's time for her to go to her court date. Because as we all know, if she don't go to court, child, honey, he out of $50,000. So, they're on their way to, I think it's in California. And she says, listen, okay, I'm a runner. She says she took off her ankle bracelet and mailed it. But she says that hopefully the judge will throw it out. If he don't, or if she don't show up for court, she's looking at 1 to 2 years in prison. But she said, I ain't trying to have that, okay? I'm going to show up, for court. So her and Sean is on the way to the hotel. She gets a call from her sister. Her family lives out there. And she says she misses her family and she wants to see her sister. Sean was like, oh, Lord. Sean immediately went into panic mode. Because he feels like that if she goes out, she ain't going to return, or she may not make it to court. See, it's all about that $50,000, all about that $50,000, all about that $50,000. So, of course, Destiny's like, man, if you don't shut up about that money, I will go to court. I want to see my sister. I haven't seen her. If you don't chill, I will make it to court. Hush. So they in the hotel, child. The sister come in, and Sean is on 25. Sean was like, listen, I don't mind her going out, but I'm scared she ain't going to make the court date. Okay? I'm going to need her back here. And so the sister was like, what? Sister was like, chill. Okay? I'm going to need her back. I want her back. I want her back. So the sister and Destiny, they go out. And honey, they have the good old time, ain't they? On Sean's dime. Got that credit card, just running it up, got drinks. Went to the casino. Honey, having a good old time. What's Sean doing? Sean sitting on the bed looking like a fool on a stool, honey. Every 5 minutes he texting. Every 5 seconds he calling. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, hello, ching-a-ling-a-ling, leave me alone, ching-a-ling-a-ling, denied. Every 5 minutes. He says that he loves Destiny, but again, he's worried about that $50,000. Sean, I'm going to need for you to go and stomp your little toe. Sean, I'm going to need for you to go and stomp another toe. You idiot. The bail bondsman looked you in the eye and said, you sure? You sure this what you want? Because see, you getting involved with a runner. Look at this criminal history. I don't even have enough paper in my printer to print this mess out. Pages upon pages upon pages of her history. Runner. But you still want to do this. Sean. Yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it. I love her. I want to trust her. And then you sitting in the hotel sweating profusely, worried about this $50,000 that could have been used for one of your children's college You should have kept that money. But oh no. You wanted to put up the little 50 grand, child. So now Destiny's having her a good old time. Just silly. Just ridiculous. What do y'all think about Sean and Destiny? Y'all know how I feel about them. I especially feel, oh, child. Destiny's something else. There's nothing endearing about Destiny. Destiny is selfish. Destiny is rude. Destiny is mean. Destiny is manipulative. Destiny, oh my God, everything under the sun is wrong with this woman. What do y'all think? That's it, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends,